It is match day 4 here in the 3rd edition of the Hockey World League Finals being played at the Kalinga Stadium here in Bhubaneswar. 2 spectacular hockey matches from Pool B are on the cards, starting with what is amongst the fiercest of rivalries in the world of sport. Yes, it is World Champions Australia versus England first up. The crowd, as they always are at Bhubaneswar, have been excellent, and we are expecting nothing short of a packed house today, as in the second match this evening, home team India will be taking on European heavyweights Germany. The atmosphere for that should be absolutely electric. Final round of pool matches in Pool B, and before we proceed, a look at how things stand in Pool B. Remember, all teams will go through. No matter what happens, all teams will qualify. This is Pool A. Belgium, with their exceptional performance yesterday, are heading Pool A, with Spain, Argentina and the Netherlands trailing them. And this is Pool B, the teams that will be involved in the games today. Germany are leading, and if they win today against India, they will win. Australia and England will be playing the first match. Early on today, we caught up with both the coaches. Australia's Colin Batch first up, and then England's Bobby Crutchley.
Okay, we're here with Colin Batch of Australia. Colin, your team really seemed to improve their intensity against Germany. Were you pleased with the step up in level?
Yeah, definitely. That was a big goal to improve from game one. We felt we did that. We didn't get the result, but we're moving in the right direction.
Australia-England, always a good rivalry. Lots of passion on the pitch here in Bhubaneswar tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We know it's a special occasion for Barry Middleton, and congratulations for his 400th. But yeah, we want another good performance like we showed against Germany and come out with a win.
Best of luck against England.
Thank you.
I'm here with England's Bobby Crutchley. Bobby, the other night against India, England showed resilience to win. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a step up from our first game against Germany, so I was pleased with us to improve, and we'll be looking to do the same today. I think we just created more chances, and we were just a bit more potent in attack.
You've had some illness in the squad. Looking forward to the Australia game today. Is everyone back to full fitness?
Yeah, we've got the whole squad here today, which makes a big difference. Obviously, when you have a few players down, that really impacts on the energy you can play with. So hopefully, yeah, we'll be showing that today with a lot more intensity, which we'll have to against an Australian team, which always brings physicality, and we're looking to match it and obviously play some better hockey than we have done already.
Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And this is the head-to-head, Australia versus England. Both did not have a very good Olympics at Rio. It's been a year since then. They're both trying combinations, trying new players. England were playing as GB and they won the Sultan Azlan Shah. And Australia are trying some really new, exciting players who we will talk about in a little bit from now. This was the toss then. England's number 1, George Pinner, along with the Australian captain, Mark Knowles. England did win the toss. The crowds are pouring in here at the Kalinga Stadium. Whenever Australia play, we can usually expect a high intensity, high energy encounter. The goals haven't exactly been easy to come by, and the hockey hasn't been flowing, but Australia will be looking to change that today. As for England, with 2 vastly contrasting performances, the biggest challenge will be to find consistency and momentum going into the knockout rounds. Both the teams are out. In a moment, we will have the national anthems. Such high energy, such high intensity whenever Australia and England play. Always an exciting game. Mark Knowles, always such a big player for Australia. George Pinner and Mark Knowles will be coming forward to greet our dignitary, Sri Prabodh Tirki, former captain of the Indian hockey team, accompanied by Commander R.K. Srivastav, Executive Director, Hockey India. Mr. Prabodh Tirki has the unique distinction of captaining India at every level, from sub-junior to the seniors. did play for the home team Kalinga Lancers right here in the Hockey India League.
For Barry Middleton,
Ready for the national anthems.
Milestone of 400 international appearances. Since making his international debut in 2003 at the tender age of 19, the brilliant attacking midfielder has been a superstar of the world game, scoring over 100 international goals and competing at 4 Olympic Games. Show some love and appreciation for Barry Middleton.
It's Barry Middleton. It is a special occasion for him. We will come to that in a little bit after the national anthems. Well, national anthems are over, it's the handshakes, but it's a good time now to introduce my co-commentator, Australian international Anna Flanagan, who will take us through both the teams, starting with Australia. Anna, very warm welcome to you.
Yes, thank you. Well, it's going to be a really big match. Australia coming off a draw. There are a few players to look out for, as we'll see shortly. But they're just shaking hands now, and there's Tristan Clements, who will be starting on the bench. So for Australia, we've obviously got Captain Mark Knowles at the back, and Matt Dawson, who's played outstanding so far. Eddie Ockington, over 300 games now, as well as Aaron Zalewski, has really been leading the way through the middle. Same Daniel Beale as well, he's been pushed up front, and now we're going to have Jake Wetton back in the midfield. So it is going to be a really tough side to beat.
Indeed, two very exciting teams. Australia, 2 draws, still looking for their first win in the tournament. Drew with India, drew with Germany, playing with England now.
Yeah, so with England, we've got Sam Ward. He scored 2 goals yesterday against India to take them into the lead. We've got Barry Middleton, 400 games in the middle. He'll be looking to lead in such an important game for him. And with youngster Liam Sanford up front, he's shown a lot of skill so far and could be a potential young player of the game if he can stop getting cards. So it should be a fiery fight in front of us.
Indeed, that's Barry Middleton. 400 cap today, and joins an elite group of players to have achieved this unique feat. Only 4 players before him have done that.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
England in possession, starting. Australia will be looking for a positive start. They will want at least 1 win before going into the knockout rounds. Will Australia? England had 2 very different performances. The first one was uninspired against Germany, but they have come to the races. Against India, they were excellent. If it were not for a good fourth quarter showing by India, it would have been a very dominant performance by England. There is Mark Leghorn trying to put that ball into play. Barry Middleton now chasing. England will keep possession.
So far it looks like they've got a back three formation at the front. It's quite standard for this England team to just push their half-backs up the line. You can see they'll just try to keep it between their back two at the moment and look to get that left half away.
The absolutely sensational ball to Liam Sanford. Pity he could not keep that in play. Daniel Beale, ball down the line, could not find his man. Mark Leghorn will be an important option when the penalty corners comes around for England. Jake Wetton just trying to keep that in play, unable to do so. Jake Wetton started playing hockey at the age of 4, following in the footsteps of his parents. Played for his local club, the Eastern Suburb Tigers in Brisbane. Matthew Swan trying to force the issue, trying to start fast. Mark Knowles. Matthew Dawson now.
And England are falling away a bit on Australia, which is giving them a bit of time. And now they're trying to put pressure on, but they're happy to let Australia play around the back, because Australia do like to go forward and go forward quickly. So by taking away their space, they're just slowing them down a bit.
It's a good point, and Australia, as you can see, just trying to hold on to possession. Almost lost possession there. Aaron Zalewski being triple teamed. Almost, but he has managed to keep possession for Australia. Mark Knowles with an overhead, which he does so effectively. Finds Aaron Kleinschmidt. Puts the ball in, does Aaron Kleinschmidt. Just unable to find any one of those 3 Australian players who were in the circle. England now.
That was a great tackle there by Matthew Dawson. He's been really solid in defence, just picking it off and making a 100% pass.
It's another chance for Australia. It's a bright start for Australia early on in quarter 1. Sam Watt to Barry Middleton. Just 4 players have achieved what Barry Middleton have before that. Wasim Ahmad of Pakistan, India's very own Dilip Turki, Dutchman, Tune De Nooijer and Jeroen Delme. A truly elite list of hockey players to be part of. England now trying to get those combinations going. It is a circle entry for England. Can they make something of it? It's the first goal for England, and it is Liam Ansell who has scored the goal for England. What a start. This is a dream start for England against Australia, Anna.
Oh, isn't it really? As well, Liam Ansell, so, you know, he's been playing really well this game as well. As we can see, little 1-2, you don't want to let England in through that back line. They're just really skillful and beautiful to be able to find that person on the spot there through 3 Australian players. Little slip pass and well finished.
Indeed, very intelligent finish there by Liam Ansell. It's one of those to look out for in the future for England. Did not play a lot of junior hockey. Was picked by Den Bosch in the Netherlands, which got a lot of heads turning in England. It's broken into the senior team. And he's got his name on the score sheet. 1-0 to England then. Just the start they were looking for.
And also Australia again going a goal down early, as they have in the past few games.
This is exactly what an encounter like this demanded. Jake Harvey looking for options. Doesn't find any turns. Passes it back. Tristan White goes all the way back. Mark Knowles now. Jeremy Hayward spreads it wide. Matthew Edwards. It's still in play for Australia. If they can make something of this, it's just a foul. This is a good response by Australia. To going down to goal early on, they have responded well. Sustained spell of pressure by Australia. Daniel Beale. Back to Hayward. Beale now doesn't have much ahead of him. Looking to crash that ball in was Edwards. England getting it out. There are options in front if they can find them. Yes, they have.
See England breaking away now with such pace. Australians are rushing back. They do man-on-man mark at the back, so they want to be as close to their attackers as possible.
Adam Dixon now spreads it out wide to Liam Sanford. Down the right for England, Gleghorn tries to find Liam Ansell, unable to do so.
Mark North is so solid in that position there. So here's the free defender who won't usually be marking and looking to pick off any passes that go towards goal.
It's all experienced by Matthew Swan. Are we going to have a first card off the game? Yes, it is. Daniel Beale it is who has been shown a green card. Need to keep their discipline here, Australia. That is a sensational ball down to Matthew Swan. It's a pity Matthew Swan could not keep that in play.
I think he was looking to do the next thing before he actually trapped the ball. As Australia fall away now, going a player down, they don't want to push out because they are outnumbered.
Barry Middleton just taking up that centre position. David Condon doesn't have much in front of him, finds Liam Sanford. That's very well worked by England. Forced to go behind again. Australia keeping a good defensive shape here. Sensational ball, but well done there. Jake Harvey alert and ready. Along with Lachlan Sharp, he's one of the exciting new players to come through the ranks for Australia. Of course, both of them just got their chance because Tom and Benjamin Craig, the brothers, got injured. Well worked by Australia. This is Lachlan Sharp. Doesn't have much, but he's keeping on going. It's a strong run by Lachlan Sharp. He's just cut out now.
I'd like to see Lachlan Sharp, when he beats one player, to just get his head up to find a pass. He lost control on that one, but I think it's going to be really dangerous if he can find another pass.
David Condon and Barry Middleton combining on the right flank. After a spell of pressure by Australia, England are back. And they're piling on the pressure here for Australia. That's Daniel Beale. They can do without these unnecessary cards.
They can. It's really been hurting them so far in the tournament, having goals scored against them. So far this game, they're doing quite well just to delay. They won't be in any rush to go forward as they wait the 2 minutes until Daniel Beale comes on.
Just holding out is England, forcing Australia to make the errors. It's Mark Gleghorn. A mispass by him. Game's just not settled into any sort of a pattern.
No, there have been a few missed passes and traps bobbling off the stick. I'm not sure if it's just a bit, they're just a bit unsettled at the moment.
It is Australia though that has to force the issue. Don't have a single win as yet in the tournament, does Australia. Good first game against India. Germany, they were leading against Germany, but Germany managed to draw that game as well. Still searching for their first win. Colin Batch, not yet worried, just a goal down. But Australia have to respond here. Matthew Swan persisting in that tackle. Such commitment from him. This is David Condon. Look at all the Australian players. Most of them are back in their own half, into the defensive structure, not allowing England any sort of space or time on the ball.
Yeah, they do have that pointed out middle striker there in Tom Wickham. You can see to try to stop them going back, but at the moment they're just getting into their midfield quite easily. Although that was a good steal there by Dylan Wotherspoon.
Aaron Zalewski looking for a quick pass. Just goes out of play, can't find Tom Wickham, but the idea was good, it was great.
At the moment it looks like the Aussie strikers are holding the centre to allow for that outside ball.
That's a terrible pass. Lachlan Sharp, can he get the equalizer for Australia? It's still in play, it's still wobbling around in the circle. And just in that instant, it is a turnover for England. Sam Ward is chasing it. Can he keep it in play? Just about. He can't. Yeah, that's the replay again.
And yeah, he just didn't get on to that. That is the defender's worst nightmare. But Lachlan Sharp just couldn't get enough height on it. And we had someone sitting on the second post. It was a great backstick clear.
So credit to George Pinner. Came out in an instant. Snuffed out that chance, immediately closed down the angles for young Lachlan Sharp. Was an intelligent pass by Blake Gowers to release him. The best chance of the match so far for Australia. England still leading by a goal to nil. It is Liam Ansell who's put them in front. Zalewski now spreads it out wide to Hayward. Good ball forward, down the right flank. Mark Knowles, very advanced. He's lost out possession. There is no foul. Sam Ward it is. Has options up front. Carrying the ball is Sam Ward. Just one player ahead of him. Could not find him. It will be a long corner though. He's been in terrific form for England, has Sam Ward. That is exceptionally well done by Jake Wetton. Finds the foul, unfortunately. Could not make that pass. Would have been very dangerous for England. Was a 3-on-3 for a second.
Well defended. Even though it was a foot, they broke down the play, and now they're forcing Australia into transferring the ball, just slowing them down.
They look much more settled now, Australia. To a tentative sort of start after going behind. There was a short spell of pressure by them. And now this is much better by Australia. Much calmer in possession. Good running, intelligent running by their forwards, running into the channels. Mark Knowles, he's seeing a lot of the ball.
And we're seeing that 25, they often throw the ball out to their back four.
Ball's in the circle here. Can Australia keep it alive? Asking for a penalty corner was Blake Gowers. It is denied to him. Sensational commitment by Tristan White to keep that ball in possession for Australia. This is Australia again. Oh. It will be Australia's ball. Jeremy Hayward asking for a penalty corner again. Not being given. It is a penalty corner. The umpires have confirmed, and Marcin Groszal of Poland has said, well, there's nothing I can do. I have been told it is a penalty corner. And England are not referring, and Australia have their first penalty corner of the game. This is why. You see anything there,
No,
Anna?
I think Jeremy Hayward is just so strong as he sort of goes through. I'm not sure if it maybe was the first tackle, but I think the second tackle looked all right. So yeah, they may have been a bit lucky there, unless it was that stick check at the start.
Nonetheless, George Pinner will have to stand tall and will have to stand strong. Australia with a penalty corner. Jeremy Hayward and Blake Gowers both are ready to go. Eddie O'Kendon and Jake Wetton will be the halters. Daniel Beale will be the injector. Will it be Jeremy Hayward? Will it be Blake Gowers? It is Jeremy Hayward. That is a superb first wave. And England have managed to keep out Jeremy Hayward.
That was superbly run down, especially having both Blake and Jeremy on the corner. You never know which one it's going to go to, as they're equally as dangerous.
Raised ball, it's a foul, it's been blown. Australia are keeping possession.
You can see here, he gets onto it, but that's a great line. And he hit all stick as well. And the second runner backing it up.
Australia finishing quarter one very strongly here. Matthew Dawson. Tristan White. Look at the space there for Jeremy Hayward. Has played the ball in to Eddie O'Kendon, looking to find an English foot.
We just didn't do enough with it there. It's England's flat stick. He's still also playing indoor, so they do get very low. You need to get the ball up in the air when you're in the circle.
The pressure by Australia well absorbed by England. That is a mistake there by Liam Sanford. Generally very cool, very calm. Australia, quick start. Aaron Zalewski to Daniel Beale. It is a circle entry. Can he make something of it? Yes, it's come into play. But he's been pulled up for a foul. Marcin Groschal just warning George Binner.
We can see it passed into the circle and just bounces over his stick. I think all hockey players can agree they've been there before.
Absolutely, mistakes are part of the game. There's a lot of joy coming down this right-hand side for Australia once again, and they have won a penalty corner. That right side for Australia with Aaron Zalewski spreading it wide. And then the run from the right corner. There is a review by England, however.
Defender's stick and up. So it's attacker's stick, yeah?
From first look, it definitely looks like it came off an England stick, but we're about to see.
I heard a question if you're looking for defenders or attacker stick.
Yes,
Which
please.
ball came off? One moment, please.
Pretty straightforward. England is saying the ball
So
has been raised by an Australian
came
stick.
off the defenders or the attacker stick.
This is the replay, Anna.
Oh gosh, you can't really see off that one, can you?
Is it possible to have a slow motion on this one?
Really, there were about
And I
three
need a
sticks in
slow
there.
motion. Yeah, thank you.
It was Blake Gowers. Crosses the ball. Beats Adam Dixon, who was one of the first to go up to Marcin Groschal and say it's come off the defender attacker stick, and he may have a point.
Do you have another angle as well? Yes, please.
Yeah, as you can see, that angle, even there, it's definitely come off Dylan Wotherspoon's stick, so it was a very good referral by England. I think the Australians are maybe be a bit ambitious.
Okay, thank you. I have a decision. Marcin.
Yes.
I have a decision for you.
Yep.
The ball came off the attacker stick, so
Okay.
therefore it's a free out, and England keep their referral.
That's a very good referral indeed by England. They keep their referral. It is successful. Adam Dixon, player of the Kalinga Lancers, won the HIL here with the home team. The first to go up to Marcin Groschal and say it's come off the attacker stick. Referral is upheld. The last 3 minutes have been very good for Australia. They've got possession again. It is a turnover.
And England do seem to be turning it over quite a bit just from their 16. And they, against a side like Australia, they just need to hold possession.
Absolutely, that's not a good idea.
That was a bit of a miss. The tomahawk overhead, I like to call it.
You would want to forget that in a hurry, Edwards.
Yeah, I think so.
Taking their time over this 16-yard hit. Will be the end of the quarter. Liam Ansell got the goal for England. Australia is trailing by a goal after the first quarter. England got just the start that they needed. Liam Ansell putting them ahead. Since then, they've absorbed a lot of pressure, have England. 1-0 to England. That's confirmation at the end of the first quarter. Australia have it all to do. And we have Dan Strange, who has the Australian goalkeeper, Tristan Clements, with him.
Hi, yeah, we're pitch side with Australia substitute goalkeeper Tristan Clements. Tristan, your thoughts on your team's first quarter?
Look, they obviously jumped us a bit early at the start there. It wasn't the ideal start for us, but we worked our way into that quarter, and I think we're ready to roll for the next three to come.
Best of luck for the rest of the game. Well, great to get the insight of the players on the side of the pitch. Plenty more action to come. Back over to Sid and Anna.
Thank you, Dan. Agree with Tristan Clements. Australia did seem a little unsettled, especially after the goal, but they have worked their way after that goal and they worked their way up very well. In case you missed the goal, here it is. Excellent give and go by the English players. Circle entry. And then it was just a matter of taking the opportunity with Liam Ansell gleefully accepted.
Yeah, you can see the footwork there. It's only a little touch, but it's beautifully executed. Just over Matt Swan's stick there, and Liam Ansell gets a really good angle. Tyler Lovell just isn't able to cover it.
There's not much he could have done. Tyler Lovell did get beaten. And Liam Ansell took his chance and took it really well. 1-0 in the lead is England, 3 quarters to go. It's a lot of time and you can never rule out Australia. They are world champions for a reason. They are also the defending champions of the Hockey World League. They won it in Raipur, which is not very far from Bhubaneswar. England starting in possession. They will need another goal here, England. Of course, one goal is not enough. Need intensity, need energy and inspiration, Australia. There's another incident here. Adam Dixon looks to have hurt himself. Just a timeout.
Looks like it may have been some contact there just with his lower back. You can see here the stick just coming through. Yeah, I think there was a bit of body contact. Maybe got a bit of the stick.
Was Lachlan Sharp.
Not the biggest guy.
And no malice in there either. Happens. Hockey, tough sport for tough athletes.
When they say it isn't a contact sport, it's still very physical, especially with that man-on-man marking.
Zalewski spreads it wide. Mark Knowles finds Eddie O'Kendon, looking for his option. Turns 2 England players. Does Eddie O'Kendon, looks for a circle entry. Now Australia with Dylan Witherspoon. Well done by England to come away with it. David Ames, it was for England. England had just fallen back too deep towards the end of quarter 1. They wouldn't want to make that mistake. Barry Middleton now comes up against a wall in the name of Aaron Zalewski. Zalewski looking for options, has only Dylan Witherspoon. A lack of communication between the two players, and Adam Dixon trying to create a move for England. Decides slow the game down, keep possession, build up.
So just look here, both teams, about Australia 8 minutes with time in possession, England 7 minutes. They're just not holding the ball that long. Australia with most of the possession so far, but I think they're just turning it over a bit quickly.
Adam Dixon did have a chance to turn it over. Here it is, Henry Weir. Unable to find the player, but England will keep possession, and it has been turned over. It is Dylan Witherspoon. Kleinschmidt trying to play a give and go, but that was a very good opportunity, Anna. It was a 2-on-2 situation for a second there.
Really good opportunity. It was great vision by Dylan, and Aaron Kleinschmidt just miscued the pass. Dylan would have been running through pretty clear. Disappointed there.
Will be annoyed with himself as Aaron Kleinschmidt scored a stunner the other day, which was created by Jake Wetton for him. The commitment shown there was exceptional. James Gall, another one of those youngsters coming through the ranks for England, along with Liam Sanford. Confirmation of the goal then. Liam Ansell got the first goal for England. Matthew Dawson looking for options. Doesn't have much ahead of him. Decides to keep possession.
That was a dangerous move there, Matt Dawson, trying to take someone on the centre of the field, but he did well.
Eddie O'Kendon always seems to have so much time on the ball, such experience. Eddie O'Kendon never seems flustered.
His drags are just so big when he gets around defence, just almost impossible to defend.
England now trying to create something. Australians are intercepting the ball at will. England are not being able to create something constructive. Jake Wetton. Keep the ball, Australia. Jeremy Hayward has Mark Knowles on the left if he needs him. Decides to play a ball upfield. They're just not being able to work that final ball, Anna. That's where they're falling short, are the Australians.
Yeah, they're doing some really good ball movement in the build-up, but they're missing that last connection between their midfield and strikers. You can see here, beautiful ball by Jeremy Hayward and a great receive on the move. And it was the right pass, there was the space, before just didn't read it.
England now continuing to keep the ball. Good overhead by Liam Sanford. Has he managed to keep that in play? Yes, he has. He's won a foul here, Henry Weir. Well done by him. As soon as he brought the ball down, he was charged down. Sanford now to Barry Middleton.
Now England creating that back four, which creates some problems for Australia. Then they're able to get the ball onto the free side and advance their halfback, as we see here. They're just not trapping it cleanly, so they're not able to get that free player away.
Credit to Australia, though, not allowing England to create anything in their final third. Oh, that ball's gone through the hot channel straight away. He has to be alert here. And Jake Harvey does very well. England now with Sam Ward. It's great commitment. Good pressure here by England, though. Australia struggling to get the ball out of their own half. Jeremy Hayward finally finds O'Kendon. Opens up play, Eddie O'Kendon. Matthew Swan.
Beautiful use of the midfield transfer there, just to get the ball out to the free side, especially when the ball's in that deep defensive pocket. Now Australia get the ball out wide to their advancing halfback. They look most dangerous.
Indeed, it's Tom Wickham this time. Taking on 3 England players successfully, taking on the 4th as well. Just lost out in possession, but it's Jake Wetton nearly won it back. But this is superb work here by England. Coming away, Barry Middleton. Does he win the foul? Yes, he does. Great individual work there.
And his 400th game for his country, which is just unbelievable. So well done to Barry. And at the moment, they're beating Australia 1-0.
Massive credit to Barry Middleton. He is a model athlete. He has 400 caps. Wouldn't like anything better than beating Australia in such a milestone game. Jake Wetton. Look at the space that's being afforded to Jake Wetton. Just has to pick a pass.
Just didn't have anyone on the outside of him there. England did well, though, to pick that pass off. Now they go forward down the outside. Looking dangerous as a free man here.
It's Mark Legon. Can he find a person? Sam Ward it is who he has found. He'll get a long corner. There's a little argy-bargy off the ball. Mark Legon taking up a good space down the right flank. Was found by David Condon. And Zalewski's getting so much playing time in the centre for Australia. Gives such personality in the midfield for Australia.
He's really controlling the play from there, adding a lot of experience. As England now transfer into that back four position from the long corner.
An error by England. Possession is turned over to Australia. Very much in the Rob Hammond role does Aaron Zalewski play. Of course, there's just one Rob Hammond, absolute legend in that position. He's now part of the coaching staff for Australia.
He is, and probably one of the best tacklers we've ever seen.
Played in the JP Punjab Warriors team in the Hockey India League. Some of my friends played there, some of the Indian players. They should say he's the toughest opponent they have come up against. Not surprising, many international players are of the same opinion.
Australia now push into a back of three, and England falling away. Just work for them. They took away the space. Now they're breaking fast.
David Condon, one-on-one. Got it on his backhand. Easy save in the end. Australia with a turnover.
Well done there by Jake Harvey to get the ball away quickly off the break.
England are doing this very well. They're not allowing Australia to counter-attack. Here it was in a one-on-one with Jake Harvey. How well does Jake Harvey do there to narrow the angle down? England still in the lead. 6 minutes to go.
They are doing well by falling back to take away that space from Australia. They haven't had too many breaks.
The two rivals were in the same pool at the Rio Olympics. England, of course, were playing as Great Britain at Rio. Australia won that particular game 2-1 with Jake Wetton getting the winner in the 55th minute. They will be looking to him for some sort of similar inspiration. He's been a standout performer for Australia this season, has Jake Wetton.
Yeah, he's really gone from one strength to the next and becoming a lot more versatile, going into the midfield as well as striker.
On the man of the match as well. Australia trying to create something. It's Aaron Zalewski, just could not keep possession. Aaron Zalewski would have been dangerous had he managed to do so.
And that free man for England is really picking the ball off whenever it spills.
There is Jake Wetton. Credits 1976 Olympic silver medalist Greg Browning as one of those to have had the biggest impact on his career. England will take their time over the 16-yard hit. Liam Sanford over the ball. Goes for the overhead. There's nobody there for England. Mark Knowles have all the time in the world to pick a pass. Plays it down the line.
Beautiful ball.
Beautiful ball indeed. Jake Wetton it is. Can he create something for Australia? You bet he can. Australia still have the chance. Asking for a penalty corner and they've got it. Jake Wetton once again, but his teammates have helped him out. It is a penalty corner for Australia.
Don't tackle from behind like that, because it's a breakdown.
You can see a beautiful little pass by Blake Govers there. Jake Wetton along the baseline, similar to England's goal previously. A little 90-degree pass. It was good work by England. And a little unlucky here, but that's the corner where it hit the body.
Mark Knowles with the final instructions. Blake Govers is up there. Watch out for number 13, Blake Govers. And there's Matthew Dawson. Will be Daniel Beale with the injection. Will it be a direct drag flick? Will it be evasion? It is a direct drag flick straight at George Spinner. But the ball's still in the circle. Mark Knowles. Brave defending by Liam Sanford. All Australia will get is a long corner. There is one positive though. They are being able to halt the ball cleanly at that side. Argentina was struggling to do that yesterday. There's a circle entry for Australia. Asking for a penalty corner is Daniel Beale. Unsuccessfully.
You see Beale pushing it out here. It goes on net. If it went a little high, because there was a diving George Pinner there. And this was really well defended. He got out quickly, gave Mark Knowles no time.
England are still defending their lead and defending it bravely. Not many clear-cut opportunities afforded to Australia. They have conceded a PC, but they have defended it very well, have England. Coming down the left-hand side now is England. Crashed the ball in. There was Sam Watt trying to reach that ball. Sorry, it was Christopher Griffiths actually and David Goodfield who were in the circle for England.
And this is a beautiful cross. Probably just didn't read it diving in there.
Just under 2.5 minutes to go. We saw Australia finish quarter one strongly. They will look to do the same in quarter two. Put England under pressure.
England falling right back into their half at the moment.
That is the ball of the game.
Eddie Ockenden won't be happy with himself there. Sort of had a free ball in the circle. Lovely by Matt Dawson. It was a low trajectory, a bit harder to read. As you can see, his stick angle just wasn't right.
Magnificent by Matthew Dawson. Unfortunately for Eddie Ockenden, could not bring that under control. Will be disappointed with himself. Such a dependable player is Eddie Ockenden. England starving Australia of possession in these final minutes. They are forcing the issue now. Dylan Witherspoon with the press. Did not need it. Henry Weir has made an error, turned over possession.
England have made far too many errors just on the trapping and their transfer. It's really hurting them.
Beautifully done by Matthew Dawson. The ball's come in for Australia. Eddie Ockenden this time looking to find the foot of the English player unsuccessfully. And England are coming away. It's an unfortunate slip there. Possession is turned over just above a minute to go. Can Australia create clear-cut opportunities just before we go into half-time? Matthew Dawson looking up, assessing his options, plays across field overhead, trying to find Daniel Beale unsuccessfully.
And look at the speed as they break. They're just getting the ball freely. Here we go now, looking to go around the back. Lovely skill there.
Bill Roper it is who has turned Australian counterpart inside out.
Still remained in the contest, which is key as defender. No matter how good the skill, if you can stay in the contest and you're not beaten, you'll be able to, break them down and delay the play.
Adam Dixon plays the ball into the circle. Well seen out there by Mark Knowles. Comes straight up. David Ames over the ball for England. Henry Weir. England will be happy with this. Just keeping possession. Just trying to see the halftime whistle. Just waiting. 10 seconds to go.
Will we see the crash ball in now?
There's still time for England. Need to crash that ball in right now. It's a long corner. That will be that. Is there a referral?
We've had a card and a word. Two advantages. Yeah, big one.
Christopher Griffiths just having a word with the umpire.
Yeah?
England are in the lead.
Skip.
Australia are trailing. 1-0 to England them. Liam Ansell with the only goal of the match so far. Australia have created a few opportunities but have not been able to take any of them. This then is the confirmation of the score at halftime. England 1, Australia 0. The first match this evening will be India versus Germany later on. But first up, England versus Australia. Leading 1-0 is England. They've been excellent in defence, have England. Australia will be creating more opportunities, be sure of that. But right now, before we go into the break, Dan Strange has Barry Middleton.
Well, I'm delighted to say we've got down here pitch side Barry Middleton, who joins a very select group of people, 400 international caps. Now, Barry, I know you're a very humble chap, but even you it must mean so much.
Yeah, it's nice. Let's say, it's probably something I'll look back on when I finish. I'm not thinking now, today it's all about us trying to win this game.
You've played a lot out here in India. Does it mean a bit more to bring up this achievement here?
It's always just fun playing in India in front of this crowd. It's brilliant. Hopefully they're on our side. Yeah, that's more like it. But yeah, it's brilliant playing out here the whole time, and we enjoy it.
And a win against the Aussies?
Be nice, wouldn't it? It's not going so well in the cricket, so we're trying to get one back.
Congratulations, Barry. An amazing achievement. 400 international caps. Let's hear it for Barry Middleton as he heads back off to hear from the England team coaches, Bobby Crutchley. And I'll go back up now to Sid and Anna in the commentary box.
Thank you, Dan. The match statistics here. 4 shots for Australia, 3 for England. 57% possession for Australia. They were playing well in patches. 43% for England. Look at that, circle entries as well for Australia. 10-4 for England. Coming up after the break, quarter 3 and quarter 4 action from the first game this evening.
so doesn't he need to go into the chat? I guess Jake Harvey warmed up Tyler the other day. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Does this feel bouncy? Transferring between their back two. And look at that.
If you're just joining us, England are leading Australia by 1-0. And it was Liam Ansell who got that goal for England. Australia are still looking for their first win. And they have 2 quarters to get that. This then was the move. Phil Roper it was with the give and go.
And that was a beautiful little backstick pass there and a great by Liam Ansell. As you can see, it's just nice 1-2 along the back line. And yeah, and he didn't even move his stick. Made it very hard for Tyler Lovell.
Also have to give credit to David Goodfield, who was at the end of that pass from Phil Roper. Very intelligent move by England. They made Australia pay early on in quarter 1. That was a terrible mistake by the English. Blake Gowers did find locking shot, but credit to George Pinner. Got off his line extremely well. Snuffed out that chance very early on. England with the turnover, trying to find Sam Ward, just could not reach that ball. Australia did chip away at England, Anna.
They did, but they were creating chances. You can see here, Jeremy Hayward on the outside calling for a corner.
That was an excellent first wave by Liam Sanford. He's having another solid game in defense for England. Just one header. That was a minor mistake by him. Eddie O'Kendon.
Beautiful play.
Another chance for England.
England break fast. And not a very good tackle there. It has been a physical game, but only one green card.
Always is a physical game when these two rivals face off against each other. Mark Leghorn, that opportunity there, crashed that ball in. Was Christopher Griffiths, just could not create the space to get his shot away. Both the teams have been guilty of so many turnovers. This was all Jake Harvey. Exceptionally well done by Jake.
Oh, it's exceptional. Made a really poor angle, and also a nice outlet there.
Indeed, splendid work. This is another chance here. Zalewski just could not keep that in control.
Both teams defending very well in the circle with their free man picking these players off. And here we see Jake Wetton along the back line. And well defended. Daniel Beale getting a foot here to get a corner. Australia a bit unlucky there.
So they have created opportunities, Australia. It's not like they haven't. They've just not been able to take it. Straight at the goalkeeper there by Blake Govers. George Pinner felt very comfortable with that one. Luckily, it came straight at him. On to the match statistics then. As I said, 10 circle entries for Australia, just 4 for England, but importantly, they have made one of those 4 count, and they are leading Australia by a goal to nil. Australia have come back in this tournament on a number of occasions. Immediately against India, after going down, they got into a huddle. Mark Knowles gave out instructions, no more lads, let's get together. Got the equalizer straight away. England have kept a good defensive structure here. So Australia are finding it very hard to break down. Phil Roper now. Pass it back to Adam Dixon, gets the overhead and clears the pressure. Possession will be with Australia. Matthew Dawson.
We've seen that blown a lot with the overhead. When your defenders rush in, or the attackers, whoever is standing on their mark to begin with the overhead, and if we'll get the free hit.
And Kleinschmidt trying to play that ball in straight away. Phil Roper now, he's captained England and GB on a number of occasions as Phil Roper, very experienced player.
Again, that was another missed trap by England. As Matt Swan takes the ball. It's good, good spin there by Dylan Witherspoon. Oh, chance there by Australia. Really should have been diving in there.
Josh Pinner can afford a smile, but I'm sure for a moment he would have been worried. The first chance of the third quarter falls to Australia. Aaron Kleinschmidt just failed to read that.
Yeah, that was a chance that went missing. He's going to be disappointed that he didn't have a go at that one.
David Ames did miss last match. Injuries and illnesses are playing a role here in Bhubaneswar. That's why it's such an important tournament, is the Hockey World League Finals. We are 1 year from the World Cup. And look at that commitment by Matthew Dawson. Has he kept that in play?
Not quite. If he did, that would have been unbelievable. There's England's ball in the corner. They're going to be looking to either get it out or get it in the air across the baseline.
Adam Dixon keeping the ball for England. He's got a touch here. Sam Ward did get a touch, but it was not strong enough to trouble the Australian keeper. And Kleinschmidt back to Jake Wetton. Here was the chance again.
It's a crash ball in. It's just missed the sweeper line of ball to goal. I think, is it Jeremy Haywood there? Just didn't think that they was going to get a stick on it.
Tristan Clemens has come in for Australia. There's a change under the bar for them. Still in play, there is no whistle, it is Matthew Swan and it is the first goal for Australia. It's Dylan Witherspoon. The English players have rushed to the umpire straight away, objecting to that, asking for a review, so it will be reviewed. Australians couldn't be bothered, they're off celebrating.
All right, got the question, thank you. Kun?
Yes, Sean.
We've got a team referral. The question is, once the ball has been mistrapped, the player was not 5, they're asking for a free hit.
All right, I will check it. 1 moment, please.
Yeah, on the aerial ball coming down.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Director? Yeah, so we're looking for the high ball coming into the 25. Thank you.
At first glance, Anna, I do have to say it did look a foul to me, and I was surprised that the whistle didn't go. Get a clearer picture here.
Yeah, I thought exactly the same. That one just looked a little bit too close for comfort. As you can see.
What we are looking for is Matthew Swan 5 meters when the ball comes down for the English or no. It's as simple as that.
All right, decision coming. Decision coming. Okay, Sean. The Australian player has no influence on the England defender, so therefore the goal stands and England lose their referral.
Thank you.
England have lost their referral.
And that's an interesting one. You can see the overhead there by Matt Dawson. Because Matthew Swan wasn't actually going for the ball, yeah, I guess that's fair play. I think England thought because he was in the 5, but that's not actually the rule. He had to be going for the ball, but it was mistrapped by England.
The goal stands. Australia have drawn level once again after trailing in this tournament. Matthew Swan with an enterprising run down the right flank for the Aussies. Found Dylan Witherspoon, who was just happy to tuck that home. 1 each now for Australia and England have lost their referral as well. So not a good couple of minutes at the start of quarter 3 for England. Sustained pressure here by the Australians, keeping possession.
Again, England have sunk right back into their half. Are taking away Australia's space. Now they're pushing out, which has caused some difficulty.
Dawson looking for Jeremy Edwards. Australia would be happy with this situation right now. Mark Knowles playing that ball in, and Kleinschmidt just trying to play it on to Blake Gowers unsuccessfully. Kleinschmidt now in possession. Doesn't have much, but just about gets away. Blake Gowers now it is for Australia. Surrounded by English players is Blake Gowers. Liam Sanford, what does he have ahead of him? Oh, that's very well done by Liam Sanford. England trying to create something on the break now. Mark Knowles, man-to-man with Phil Roper. Stops the counter-attack but concedes possession.
And that was beautiful play there by Liam Sanford. To get out of that bottom pocket as a defender, you don't want to be stuck in there, because if you turn it over, it's really dangerous.
England now with Barry Middleton. 400th game for him. Can he conjure up some magic for England? Would love it, absolutely love it to beat Australia at his 400th game.
I think he would just like to beat Australia full stop, especially the way their cricket team are going right now.
As an Indian, I'll stay out of it. I'll keep you and Dan to it. There is Australia coming away. Eddie O'Kendon. He's found Blake Gowers looking for a return ball. Again, well done there by England.
Beautiful drag there by Eddie Ockington, but England again just so solid in the circle, protecting their feet. And that was a difficult trap to make, as it was close range.
They've lost out possession. Jeremy Edwards, can he find Aaron Kleinschmidt? He has Aaron Kleinschmidt with a return ball. George Pinner with the save. It's still in play for Australia, and England have managed to get that away.
That was an unbelievable save by George Pinner. I thought that was for sure a goal. He had plenty of time to lift it up. But again, he's just such a presence there and really carries the goal.
Yeah, it was another good move by Australia. They've started quarter three with such positivity.
Yeah, I think Tom Wickham might be a little bit disappointed there.
Especially with George Pinner down on the ground.
Yeah, he does need to do better. But George Pinner was so agile to get a bit of height.
Jake Harvey. Good ball to Daniel Beale. Long corner for Australia. Quick start. Aaron Zalewski plays that ball in. It is Daniel Beale. Within the striking circle, England have been excellent.
Yeah, just playing beautifully defensively, protecting their feet, getting the ball out. Even now, just these 1-2 passes in the corner and breaking, slowing it down, forcing Australia back into their press.
Adam Dixon now. Liam Sanford. No high press coming from Australia as yet. It is 1-1. They've just equalized in the third quarter with Dylan Witherspoon. This is England now. Matthew Swan gives away the foul.
It's a bit messy there.
Such a physical game this always is. Australia and England play high intensity.
That was well done by Daniel Beale. He had no one ahead of the ball. It's really hard. Often strikers can try to take on too many players. So it's really a skill to hold it up so you can get people ahead.
Colin Batch has said he is happy with the intensity that the Australians have shown. Looking for 5 meters was Dylan Witherspoon, but it has been given against him for stick obstruction.
Yeah.
Pressing higher up the pitch are the Australians, trying to force a mistake from England. They have done that successfully. Matthew Swan plays it back. England have created nothing in the third quarter so far. It's all Australia.
Yeah, they're just sinking back again. I think they've gone too far back into their half and giving Australia too much time.
They are affording Australians too much time. There's no press coming from England. They did this against Germany, which was very unusual. Even after going 2 goals down, England showed no sense of urgency. It was an absolute contrast to their performance against India, which was so full of energy, full of intensity. Will be a long corner to Australia. They need to change the narrative here, England, and they need to change it quickly.
I would really like them to push out, put more pressure on the ball.
Not being able to get the ball out of their own half is England. This is intelligently done by Aaron Zalewski. But England now come away with the ball. There is nobody up front. Now he does have support. Barry Middleton, but the ball does not reach Barry Middleton. It's just wave after wave of Australian attack.
I think that also, because they're so far back, when they do win the ball, there is no one forward, so they're going really one out.
Liam Ansell it was.
Australia have gone into a back 3 formation, getting more players in this midfield space.
Makes sense. They have so much possession. They're putting England under pressure. Why not create another opportunity here? It may be another opportunity. It is for Australia. And Blake Govers is asking for a referral.
George, please step away. Please step away. Their referral.
Brilliant
All right.
save by George.
All right. All right. Good. We've got a team referral from Australia.
Okay.
They're asking for a dangerous ball off the goalkeeper. For me, it was below the knee.
All right, I will check it 1 moment, please. Director? Yeah, so we're looking for the rebound of the goalie. Thank you.
George Pinner seems pretty confident. So did Blake Govers, actually.
There's a shot on goal here. It comes down Oh, it's pretty close to the top of the shin pad.
It's a very close call. Tom Wickham it was of Australia. Good attempt on goal. Josh Binner was in possession. This is what's the matter of contention. The coming off Josh Binner
You got a different angle as well?
a raised ball.
Director? You got a different angle? Oh yeah.
Can that
Thank
be
you.
deemed dangerous?
Do you got another angle as well? And please roll it back slowly.
Very hard to control
And
as the
slowly this one,
goalie.
please.
Indeed, it's very difficult for a goalie. It was neither on his stick, neither on his left-hand glove. Came straight at George Binner. Always difficult to control
All right,
those.
thank you. Decision coming. Sean?
Yes, good.
The rebound of the goalie came on the knee of the Australian attacker. So therefore it's dangerous and you may reward a penalty corner.
Okay, thank you, coach.
Australia, keep the referral.
Blake Gowers has made a superb referral which Australia have won, and it is their third penalty corner of the game. They have a chance here to go in the lead, Australia.
Funny, if it was someone a bit taller, it might have hit them on the shin pad. But Blake Govers is quite tall.
After a successful referral, can Blake Gowers go on and score this goal for Australia and put them in the lead? He's standing along with Matthew Dawson. Two drag flickers for Australia ready. Daniel Beale with the injection. Will it be? Yes, it will be Blake Gowers. It's not a clean hold, and he's done it. Blake Gowers, after winning the referral for Australia, has gone on to score the goal and put them in the lead. Sensational stuff here by the Australians.
And it wasn't a clean trap, but that is a great pickup. Really good power, good height. You can see here it's not clean. He has to move it in, and it just goes over the foot and stick.
Between George Binner and Barry Middleton. Barry Middleton is amongst the best players in the world to have at that left-hand side of the post. And Blake Gowers has scored it between them. Superb stuff.
Two corners now for Blake Govers that haven't fell quite as he would like.
There's Blake Gowers coming out for a breather. Australia have completely turned it around in quarter three. They were trailing by a goal, a Liam Ansell goal for England in quarter one, which put them ahead. Look at that for Blake Gowers. 50% conversion rate, that is sensational.
Yeah, that is not bad at all. I know who I'd want on my corner battery.
Loic Loipard of Belgium is topping the scoring charts. There are a few hands going up to challenge him. Gonzalo Peat of Argentina, Blake Gowers of Australia, Rupinder Pal Singh.
And England is still falling away.
Australia now with their tails up. Look at that circle entries. Look at quarter three. 6-1 for Australia.
They've really dominated this quarter, with England rarely even getting over the half.
Bobby Crutchley will be one worried man.
Australia are a bit higher up the field now. They look more aggressive. Centre striker, sorry, pushing out. As you can see, Dylan Wotherspoon there doing a lot of leg work.
Australians always full of running. Such commitment shown by them. They are defending their title here. Final Hockey World League. Will be no more editions of the Hockey World League after this. Final one, Australia would like to claim it. Sam Ward looking for a foul. He's always dangerous, Sam Ward. Started off as an out-and-out centre forward, is a more versatile player now. Plays across the forward line for England. But he's had no distribution whatsoever. Quarter three belongs completely to Australia. England trying to create something now in the final minutes. That's Bobby Crutchley. Will be worried. Was a very accomplished player himself, was Bobby Crutchley. Has 80 caps to his name. Retired from international hockey in 1999. Incidentally, in 1996, he was named as the UK Hockey Writers UK Player of the Year. Bobby Crutchley.
Australia just turned the ball over there. England now looking like they've got a little bit more fight in them. There's a good trap there, but Australia really packed defence.
England less than 2 minutes to go in quarter 3. They can do without that, but Australia have an opportunity. Look at Lachlan Sharp trying to ask the ball here, sprinting down the right-hand flank. But this is good tactics by Australia, just taking the sting out of the game. England just were building up ahead of steam. Australia starving them of possession, keeping the ball.
It is. Obviously, Australia has had momentum, so they do want to break any kind of play that England has. England in possession now. They do have a chance. There's only 1 minute to go.
Less than a minute to go. England now have to create something. Australia come. Look at the possession Australia have had in England's half, 57%. And they've created so much with that possession. It was not meaningless possession with just the fullbacks passing to themselves. It was possession in opponents' half. They've created the penalty corners. They've created opportunities and they've taken them. They went into quarter 3 trailing by a goal. Australia have turned this game on its head completely. This is Eddie O'Kendon now.
And they're linking so much better than they were in that first quarter. And that's when Australia looks most dangerous. Almost like they can read where each other lead.
Jeremy Hayward just keeping that in play. And we are set up very well for a final quarter because England will be chasing that game. Blake Gowers went for a referral, won it, and then went on and scored the penalty corner, put his team ahead. Exceptional stuff by the Australian. Australia leading England at the end of quarter 3, 2-1. Liam Ansell had put England ahead. But Australia have come firing all guns blazing in quarter 3 and they are leading England by 2-1. Just 1 quarter to go now. And Australia really look as if they have their tails up. Before we start quarter 4 action, Dan Strange has the English goalkeeper with him.
We've got England goalkeeper George Pinner fresh from the pitch. George, a tough quarter that one from your perspective. Let's have your view on it.
Yeah, we probably weren't as good as we were on the previous 2, and we didn't get the rub of the green on the 2 videos there, but never mind.
And it's a good scenario to learn from, being a goal behind in a game which isn't make or break. What's the team's plan to turn this around?
It's make or break in the quarterfinals, but today's good experience for that. But at the end of the day, today's, well, we want to win, we want to have a good performance, and it's learning for the next game.
Thanks, George. Best of luck to both teams for the final quarter of this one, England and Australia. It's 2-1 to the Aussies at the moment. Back to Sid Nana.
Thank you, Dan. It is 2-1 to the Aussies. For 2 quarters, Australia were trailing, not creating much, chipping away at England. Finally, in quarter 3, they have taken the lead, and now it is England that is chasing the game. We'll just be looking at the 2 Australian goals coming up. Here it was, Anna.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful overhead, a little bit controversial as Matthew Swan receives that mistrap. A beautiful cross, it just goes under George Pinner there. Dylan Wotherspoon with the first goal.
And here was the second one, not a clean hold by any means. Blake Gowers turned his body position and scored that goal for Australia, which has put them in the lead. Australia, they've put their foot on the pedal in these final 2 quarters. Intense pressure on England. A very positive start for Australia in the final quarter.
We just spoke about how Sam Ward has become much more versatile player for England as well. In the men's game, I think all players now can play across a number of lines. It's sort of not good enough if you're only playing one position, as they also they rotate so much, and it creates a lot of havoc for the opposition.
Sam Ward, one of a number of players in the English team who plays for Beeston, has become an integral part of the English forward line, has Sam Ward. It's England now keeping possession. Australia completely back into their defensive structure. Matthew Dawson now loses out to Sam Ward. Can he find an English player? Long corner for England. This is much better by England though.
Yeah, much better intent to get forward. This is beautiful overhead here.
This is England now. Adam Dixon. The ball's still alive. It is an attempt on goal and it will be a penalty corner. England have responded and responded early on in quarter 4. Christopher Griffiths it was. Just kept that ball alive.
There's beautiful aerial skills here, with sticks flying everywhere, and a shot from the back line here.
Straight at the goalkeeper, but it was Aaron Zalewski's clearance that unfortunately found Mark Knowles, who was down on the ground. Golden opportunity now for England. Luke Taylor and Sam Ward standing over their respective batteries. Who will it be? Luke Taylor with the drag flick. First wave, Jeremy Hayward does very well. The ball's still not clear for Australia. It's an attempt on goal, but it's not on target by David Goodfield.
Goodfield would have liked to do better with that one.
The ball came straight to him. It was a dangerous opportunity.
Really well run by Jeremy Hayward. It's brave down the line. And here we had another chance. He just shanked it wide of the goal.
Long corner for Australia. Taking the fight to England are Australia. Except for those couple of minutes in quarter 4. Quarter 3 completely belonged to them. Positive start in the final quarter. 9 shots on goal to England 6.
Despite that, there's only one goal between them, so England are well and truly still in it.
Absolutely. Matthew Swan has done so well to keep that in play.
That was a beautiful backstick trap by Matthew Swan. Made it look easy.
Matthew Swan, the most exciting players in world hockey.
You can see here he has to get some air as well as he jumps to trap that. Just couldn't get control there.
Good closing down by the English defenders. Henry Weir spreads the ball out wide now to Christopher Griffiths. Griffiths looking up. Man to man, every English player man marked by an Australian.
There's just no one in that midfield there, space for him. As we see someone float into there now, when they're breaking, their players are too far away.
David Ames to Brendan Creed. Brendan Creed plays it back to David Ames. Need to transfer the ball faster, England. Australia look comfortable in their defensive structure with the ball being passed around at this space.
Yeah, especially with a narrow back two when it's going between them.
As it stands, Germany and India having played one game less, Australia will go top of the pool. Aaron Kleinschmidt now coming away with the ball for Australia. Aaron Zalewski has runners either side. Finds Lachlan Sharp. Well tackled was Lachlan Sharp. Was Adam Dixon. England with a quick start. Here was the ball to Lachlan Sharp from Aaron Zalewski. Adam Dixon very sharp in defense. England now. Oh, that is a sensational turn. Give and go in the middle of the park. There is no whistle. Was played on by the ref.
And that is a really big missed opportunity by England. Beautiful play through the middle.
David Condon it was with the Ball fell kindly for. There you go. Everybody waiting for the whistle. Did not come. David Condon just rushed his final decision.
Good intent though by England with the first opportunities in a little while.
Much more even game here in the final quarter between England and Australia. Blake Gowers. That's such an important role to play for Australia, has Blake Gowers. Can't believe it. Can Blake Gowers still protesting?
There's another missed trap by England. They're really struggling on their outlet. I'm not sure if it's the pitch or they're just thinking about the next pass before they've got the ball under control.
Everything did seem to be under control for England in the first two quarters. Matthew Swan now on the left for Australia. Mark Knowles back to Matthew Swan. Cuts in, Matthew Swan. Will he crash it in? No, he doesn't. Keeps possession. Robbed off the ball. David Condon now looking for options. Does find it. Doesn't come off for England. The final pass is lacking. England still trying to create something. Spreading it from one end to the other. Balls come in, but well defended by Australia. Jeremy Edwards it was, alert and ready. Again, Jeremy Edwards. Good play for Australia, Jeremy Edwards. Excellent in defence. Mark Knowles taking his time over the free hit. They will do that a lot. England should be pressing higher up the pitch. They are trailing Australia.
Completely agree, Sid. They can't really afford to sit back when they're a goal down, and they really need to chase the game.
On trying for a tiny overhead, trying to release Jake Harvey. Unsuccessfully. England start now. Again, Australia, the entire team is back in their own half. Going to be very difficult for England. Counter-attacks are a great way to put the Australian team under pressure. So once they're in their defensive structure and are marking man-to-man, they're a very physical team to come up against our Australia.
Yeah, they do mark so closely. And that was just a miss pass there. They really needed a better angle.
Henry Weir looking for a teammate, doesn't find any.
As you can see, he is looking for that crash ball in, and it's far too narrow. They need to get it closer to that spot area.
They have an amazing amount of experience in the back line. Do Australia, Mark Knowles, Matthew Swan. Good youngsters coming through, Jeremy Hayward. Matthew Dawson has been massive for Australia. Sam Ward playing that ball in, still alive for England. England have a chance and it has been scored. It is Phil Roper, number 15 for England with that goal, and out of nothing, England have equalised here with 6.5 minutes to go on the clock in quarter four. Just as if nothing was happening, and Anna, all of a sudden, it's game on.
Completely against the momentum of play. It's a beautiful touch there. High level, just diving, and a bouncing hit, hard to defend. And Phil Roper unlucky there by Tristan Clemens, but he stayed down, kept his footwork, a nice little touch over the keeper. What a celebration.
And what an important goal. Phil Roper has brought his team back into this game. Said the biggest problem for England is consistency. Lost the first game, won the second, were leading in this game, then were trailing, now they've equalized. So England just need to find a little bit of consistency. Australia on the attack once again. completely surrounded was Brendan Creed. No way out for him. Dillon with the spoon now for Australia. Loses possession. England trying to come away with the ball. Tom Wickham now. Circle entry for him. Dillon with a spoon. With a backhand. But he's just put that out of play.
Really well defended again by England. They're just getting in the way, and as Dillon with a spoon didn't quite connect with that.
David Condon thinking of passing to Sam Watt. Thinks the bearer of it. Good ball by him. Number 26, James Gall, the youngster.
England are looking dangerous now. They've got a bit more life. So here, head round the back line. Dillon Witherspoon with a chance here. And he just shanks it. Probably should have kept on his four-stick.
England have another attacking opportunity here. Aaron Zalewski snuffs it out for Australia. There's Australia trying to create something. Back to Aaron Zalewski. He's got space to run into here. Aaron Zalewski, he can pick a pass. Just to go it alone, no support. Does well to keep possession there, Aaron Zalewski. Plays it right back to Matthew Dawson. Christian White.
Sorry, look how far back England is standing. It's not even a half press. They're right up in their 25. So trying to take away the Australian space. As you can see, it's working a little bit, but if they're trying to chase the game, I'd press out.
Thumbs up by Tom Wickham. Ball was crashed to him. Just could not deflect it on target. Matthew Dawson now spreads it wide. All Australia at the moment. England need to win this ball. They need to press higher up the pitch. They have equalized. It's not like they're trailing now. Eddie O'Kendon plays the ball to Aaron Zalewski. Takes it on his left. Henry Weir with a very important interception. Liam Ansell now gets it clear for England. The ball up the field. Just releases the pressure a little bit. England are still not pushing up.
You can see here,
This is Aaron Zalewski just trying to set himself up, Anna.
Yeah, he just went to his back stick far too soon. Just left the ball open for Henry Weir.
Receives it again in midfield, Aaron Zalewski. 3.5 minutes to go in quarter 4. Australia have had most of the possession in the last 5 minutes. Quarter 3 was when Australia got back into the game. England haven't created much, but the chance that they got, Phil Roper was clinical in front of goal. There's no whistle. Blake Govers now. Jeremy Hayward pushes up.
England are all back in defence again. Probably would have gone a bit faster there from Australia to take advantage of some of the numbers streaming forward for England.
It's as if they're happy to concede possession to England, to Australia, beg your pardon, just falling back England whenever they have the opportunity, soaking up all the pressure.
And Australia just transferring the ball and trying to draw the England team out, but they are, as you said, quite happy to stay back in the half.
Problem with that is, and the danger with that is, one mistake in your deep defence and you've given away an opportunity to the opposition.
Yeah, I completely agree. You've also given away... Oh, here we go.
Loose ball there by Aaron Kleinschmidt, intercepted by James Gall. Plays that up front, but it will be possession with Australia. It's all Australia at the moment, and it has been this way for most of quarter 3 and quarter 4. If they end up with a draw, Australia, Colin Batch will be disappointed because they were in the lead, they were putting pressure. They conceded the equalizer to England. Golden opportunity for Australia to get their first win of the tournament after drawing with India and drawing with Germany.
Yeah, as we can see, England pushing out now. Might give a little bit more opportunity for Australia's midfielders.
Jeremy Edwards. To Matthew Dawson. Just feel as if there will be one more chance for Australia in this game. 1.5 minutes to go. The ball's in the circle. Well defended there by James Gall. He's been steady whenever he's got the opportunity. Hands go up for a foot. not given. Jeremy Edwards down the right flank for Australia, looking for options. Jake Wetton now over the ball. Final minute of the game between England and Australia. Can Australia carve out one more opportunity, or will it be England that will... Oh, that's a bad pass. Just inviting pressure on themselves are England.
Yeah, that's a terrible error to make with only 50 seconds left on the clock, giving Australia another chance at it.
Matthew Dawson, how he would love to have a go at the penalty corners. He gets a chance. Australia have an opportunity. Jake Wetton with the final touch. But George Pinner was ready. They have another opportunity and they have conceded a penalty corner. It is the youngster James Gall, who, well, did not have much of an option. He had an Australian player right behind him. He's saying it wasn't deliberate, but the umpire disagreeing with him. And yes, Matthew Dawson and Jeremy Hayward are both on the pitch for Australia, and they will have an opportunity here through a penalty corner.
You can see a nice one-time ball in there. George Pinner made a good save. Buzz running by Jake Wetton, and has hit the foot. Oh, no, sorry, he's just slapped it straight out of the field.
They also have the goal scorer from today, Blake Gowers. It will be Blake Gowers, will be Matthew Dawson, and it will be Jeremy Hayward. It will be Hayward with the drag flick to Matthew Dawson. It's a variation. It comes back to Dawson. Can he create another penalty corner? Yes, he can. They will have another bite of the cherry here, will Australia.
It was the right idea by Australia. Still too long on the ball.
11 seconds to go, Anna.
You can see here, it was really good running. Right idea, but England had a good formation.
Daniel Beale will be with another injection. Just 11 seconds to go on the clock. Australia looking for their first victory in the tournament. It will be pretty much if this goes in. They're looking for another penalty corner and they will get it. Dramatic scenes here in Bhubaneswar, the Kalinga Stadium, with 5 seconds to go. There is an English player who's down.
Yeah, it's on his foot. Yeah.
Liam Sanford it is, who has been rushing out bravely for England throughout the evening here. Has hurt himself. England need him. He is their first rusher. He's their most important rusher. 5 seconds to go on the clock. Australia have another chance here.
They've got all players on top of the circle now, Australia, as we'll see shortly, with Daniel Beale going to take the push out.
The entire Australian team is up for the penalty corner. Rightly so, just 5 seconds to go. Look at those 3 drag flickers. Blake Gowers, Jeremy Hayward and Matthew Dawson. Jeremy Hayward has just peeled away. Here it is, Blake Gowers, Josh Pinner. Can Australia get the winner here? Will be another penalty corner.
Exciting stuff here. With everyone on top of the circle, all the players went in on that drag flick.
Hit the back of yours, but it's on the way up.
So you can see here the drag flick. Oh, it hits the post. And again. So Australia will have another chance. Oh, they can't get much closer than that twice. 2 posts.
Harry Gibson didn't know much about the first drag flick, but did well to snuff out that chance for Australia. The game is over, but the penalty corner will go through. They need a perfect halt here. They get a perfect halt. Gibson with the save. And it will end 2-all. 2 for Australia, 2 for England. And it is a drawn match, and Australia are still looking for their first win. Here it is, another replay of that final penalty corner. Came to Blake Gowers, who has scored today, straight at Gibson. And Daniel Beale just could not control that rebound. Hands on the face moment for Daniel Beale. What an opportunity it was for him. But Harry Gibson with the save. England took the lead early on in the game, seemed to be comfortable. Here it is, final confirmation. Australia 2, England 2 at full time. Australia were trailing, but they came back fighting. England did not create much in quarter 2 and quarter 3. Quarter 3 and quarter 4, I beg your pardon. But the one chance they got, they did convert it. This was the first goal. Extremely well done there by Phil Roper and Dave Goodfield. Liam Ansell with the chance. Made no error with the finish. Liam Ansell got the opportunity, scored the goal. Put England ahead in what is Barry Middleton's 400th game. There were quite a few chances. That was one of them. Blake Gowers had Lachlan Sharp to his left, found Lachlan Sharp, but that is so well done by George Pinner. Was out of his line in a flash. Sam Ward could not get at the end of that. Many turnovers from both the teams. They just looked unsettled to start. This is all Jake Harvey. Such good defending by him, just narrowed down the angle for Condon. This was the goal for Australia. Matthew Swan did not wait for the whistle, played on, and Dylan with a spoon did the rest. The England players did go for a referral, was unsuccessful. England lost their referral, but full marks to Matthew Swan. Such an enterprising run down the right-hand flank for him. And Dylan with a spoon did the rest. Australia started quarter 3 with real purpose. This was the penalty corner then, third penalty corner of the game for Australia. Blake Gowers it was who finished it off. It was Blake Gowers before that who went for the referral. Got a successful referral, Blake Gowers, and he finished it off with style. It's not a clean trap there by Jeremy Edwards. The injection by Daniel Beale was not perfect, but Blake Gowers was successful. England then, though they did not create much, they got one opportunity and Phil Roper was on hand to finish that. Dixon to Sam Ward. Sam Ward put that ball in. Australia could not clear. David Condon just smashed it across the face of goal. Fell kindly to Phil Roper, and Phil Roper did the rest. Great stuff by England. Fell back a lot, did England. Gave Australia a few opportunities. Jake Wetton it was. Gibson came on for George Pinner, and he made quite a few important saves, did Gibson. James Gall saying it wasn't deliberate. The umpire disagreeing with him. This was the final opportunity for Australia. And Daniel Beale could not convert on the rebound. Gibson, very important role to play at the end of quarter 4. There it is, the match statistics. The goal ends 2 goals each. 60% possession in for Australia in England's half. And look at the difference in the circle entries. 20 for Australia, just 12 for England. Penalty corners also 7 for Australia, just 1 for England. But importantly, 2 goals apiece for Australia and England. And we are now ready with the presentation ceremony with Dan Strange.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now start the awards ceremony of match 9 between Australia and England of the Odisha Men's Hockey World League Final, Bhubaneswar 2017. The International Hockey Federation would like to thank Hockey India and its partners for hosting the event at the Kalinga Stadium here in Bhubaneswar. The award for the ONGC Junior Player of the Match with 25,000 rupees prize money will be presented by Mr. Desh Deepak Mishra, Director, Human Resources, ONGC. And the award for the ONGC Junior Player of the Match goes to England's number 27, Liam Sanford. The award for the Odisha New Opportunities Man of the Match, with 50,000 rupees prize money, will be presented by Srimati Usha Devi, Honourable Minister, Planning and Convergence, Skill Development and Technical Education. And the award for the Odisha New Opportunities Man of the Match goes to number 20 of Australia, Matthew Swan. Matthew, if I could just invite you over for a couple of questions. Well, Matt, from an English point of view, a rare draw in sport against Australia at the moment. What's your feelings after that one? Because you very nearly snatched the win at the end.
Yeah, we were going for a win today. I mean, we've had 3 games and 3 draws, and this game was very important. It was also very important for the English team. Barry Middleton with his 400th Test match. That's incredible achievement. Congratulations to him. Thank you to the crowd, and yeah, we're just happy we put on a good show.
Personally, another unbelievable performance from yourself. How do you keep those standards so high?
I get to train with some of the best players in the world, and I'm really happy that the team supports me and my play, and to be honest, I think there was many players in our team that could have won this award tonight.
Very humble, yet again, Matt Swan. Well, congratulations on your award. Well done to both teams, and we'll now go back up into the commentary box to Sid and Anna.
Thanks, Dan. Many congratulations to Matthew Swan. That is how Pool B looks at the moment. Australia, with their 3rd consecutive draw, have 3 points on the board. It will be team number 1, Germany, and it will be team number 4, home team India. In the match coming up, the big game for this evening. It is home team India versus Olympic bronze medalist Germany. Don't go anywhere. Live coverage starts at 7:20.